6 hours of assessed teaching practice, input, and so on. So in that respect, Celta is very similar to the Trinity, so TESOL or other courses of that kind. Where the Celta is most different, I think, is in the degree of moderation that goes on. Each and every Celta course around the world is visited for one day by an independent assessor who is appointed by Cambridge ESOL to ensure that whatever judgments are being made by candidates on those courses are fair and justifiable. And so they inspect candidates' work, they observe candidates' teaching, they discuss all of the candidates' progress with the tutors, and before grades can be approved, the assessor has to be convinced and agree with any grade recommendations that trainers make at the end. So there's a lot of checks and balances in place to make sure that candidates get treated fairly, and I think that's the biggest difference.
So are all Celta courses all over the world, are they the same, essentially?
In a sense, yes, and in a sense, no. The Celta syllabus, designed by Cambridge ESOL, means that there is a sound foundation underneath every single course, and that means that wherever you go, you will learn the fundamentals of language teaching and methodology. That's ensured. But each centre interprets that syllabus in different ways. In some cases, local influences may mean that centres place more emphasis on one thing or the other. Tutor preferences and expertise also play a role. But in general, Celta courses around the world are very standardised in terms of what is covered, but how it's covered and to what depth, that varies.
Okay. Is there a Celta methodology? Is there a Celta way of teaching?
No, I don't think so. I think many people say that who associate the Celta course with a kind of prescriptive, dogmatic approach to teaching, which I think is unfair. People may associate it with comments like, remember to concept check, or remember to drill, or where were your communicative activities, and so on. I don't think this is really what goes on Celta courses, at least not in my experience. It's parody. I think Celta courses try, when they're well run, to encourage trainees to think about the actions in the classroom that they're taking, and to try to consider in advance what may be the best approach of all the possible approaches available at that point. And that means that you have to learn many ways of doing